This is a battle in the Frankenfaction Tournament with Frankensuebi coming up against Frankenegypt. So Frankensuebi, very strong faction. They have Ariovistus with Galatian legionaries and Hastati. Ariovistus is sort of meant to increase the charge capabilities of Suebi and giving them pride to increase their extended melee capabilities, because Suebi is very powerful on the charge, but they sort of fall apart against high armor, high melee attack units. Now, if you bring in Hastati and Galatian legionaries, you remove the inherent weaknesses of Suebi, and giving these units fast charge and pride is broken as balls. So we have three Germanic slingers up front. We have a front line of 4 Hastati. Then we have Scythian noblewomen on the flanks. We have 2 Sarmatian horse, 1 Persian cavalry general, he is the fast charge general, and 1 Galatian raider. For Frankenegypt, we have a front line of 4 Egyptian pikes. Behind them, we have Egyptian archers. Let's see, a bunch of these Egyptian archers. We have a total of 5 Egyptian archers. Then we have thorax swords, Thracian warriors, Ptolemaic cavalry, 2 thorax swords, Tereos, and 1 unit of African war elephants. So this army isn't close to being overpowered, not in the slightest. Now the Egyptian archers are going to lose heavily to Germanic slingers, so firing on the units behind, I think that would be a smart choice. Push the pikes up and get shots off on the Galatian legionaries. Because standing and trading with Egyptian archers, yeah, just look at what happens to the Egyptian archers. They have very low health, they don't have any armor, and the missile block chance on the Germanic slingers is just too high for these Egyptian archers to contend with, and they're being focused on, and they are going to drop so quickly when 3 slinger units focus on them. 1 unit of Egyptian archers almost off the field, getting some damage done when they're firing into the backs of the Germanic slingers, so nicely done in pushing up the pikes here. But yeah, these 5 Egyptian archers just cannot deal with 3 Germanic slingers. The elephant is a bit of a wild card, because if the elephant manages to crash through the front ranks, somehow not get hit by precursors and get at the general, then things could get a bit rough for Frankensuebi, losing Ariovistus. But they do have the Hastati with discipline, they do have the Galatian legionaries with high morale, and now precursors being used against the Egyptian pikes frontally, which is going to do a fair bit of damage to them. Unloading at point blank range here, it seems. Yeah, losing a lot of Egyptian pikes here. And now the Hastati are just going to charge in frontally against Egyptian pikes, and spread 2 ranks deep, there's not much Egyptian pikes can do against Hastati. Hastati are going to clean up the Egyptian pikes very handily. You can see it's here, the Egyptian pikes losing decisively, but the second line of Thracian warriors incoming is going to do a lot of damage to the Hastati, so that's quite nicely done here. The problem is, though, that he's losing and using so much just to get rid of the Hastati, and we still have the Galatian legionaries here. And let's see if the Galatian legionaries throw precursors. They do not. So the elephants go straight through the Galatian legionaries, kill a lot of legionaries, now into the Germanic slingers. Nicely done this. The problem is this unit of Galatian raiders. It could make the elephants run amok very, very quickly. And they run amok. So lost control, got 144 kills, mangled this Galatian legionary, but they are going to be running amok now. So just focusing on this unit of elephants is going to make it drop. The combination of pikes and Thracians, enough to deal with the Hastati, not enough to deal with these Galatian legionaries, because when the Galatian legionaries charge in, they're going to do so much damage against the Thracian warriors. Look at the kills increasing very, very quickly here. So same thing happening over here. The second line support of Galatian legionaries is just going to destroy the Thracian warriors. Although they have very, very nice kills here, they've basically just killed a unit of Hastati. So Ptolemaic cavalry moving up here. Sarmatian horse running away. They don't want anything to do with the Ptolemaic cavalry. 212 kills on the African War Elephants, not bad, but you need them to do a lot more killing in order for them to be effective, and the Galatian Raiders are just going to follow them around here and make them run amok constantly. Ptolemaic Cav here, getting charged by Persian Cav, and already fighting a Sarmatian horse. The Ptolemaic Cavalry is going to die rapidly. The general here chased away the Sarmatians, so now it needs to turn around and start killing some of these center units. Thorax swords, of course, not going to do too well against Galatian legionaries. Even though this Galatian legionary has lost 14 men, the Thorax are just not strong enough to deal with the Galatian legionaries. Nice charge here into the Germanic slingers, pulling away to get away from the Illyrian Thoreos. And getting a nice rear charge here, it seems, on the Galatian legionaries. So let's see if that makes the Thorax swords win. Combat even, for now. Ptolemaics charge in, and the Galatian legionaries are losing and dropping rapidly. Another good charge here by the Ptolemaics into the Galatian legionaries. Yep, dropping, but the Ptolemaics are also dropping rapidly to fire, both from Illyrian Thoreos and from these Germanic slingers. The elephants off the field, so the Ptolemaic cavalry get some killing done, but it's going to be dropping rapidly now that it gets focused on by both Germanic slingers and Illyrian Thoreos. Also trying to pull out of this messy engagement is going to lose the Ptolemaic cavalry a lot of men. The Thorax swords losing slightly here against very depleted Galatian legionaries. Amazingly enough, Egyptian pikes and Thracian warriors are still alive, but they're getting sandwiched between two units here. Egyptian archers still have ammo left. Due to the support of the Thorax swords, the Sarmatian horsemen were defeated by Ptolemaic Cav. But if the Astati have precursors, they could just wreck the Ptolemaic cavalry. Nicely done here, charging into the Persian cavalry. And look at how many Persian cavalry units dropped here. They lost decisively. Force charge was activated. Now they're activating Pride to increase weapon damage. But they took a beating there from the charge of the Ptolemaic cavalry. Getting some help from Hastati though should enable them to kill the Ptolemaic cavalry together with the Pride. In the center, things are not looking too good for Frankenegypt. Galatian legionaries, 102 kills. Egyptian pikes, nice kills though for pikes. Over here, the Thorax swords are holding out against two units. And now they're getting charged, so they should be off the field momentarily. The Persian Cav general just managed to save himself by using Pride and getting some help from the Hastati. And these Scythian noblewomen still on the field. They haven't done much killing yet, taking fire from some Egyptian archers now, but always nice to have a few Cav units in the late game. Germanic slingers about to get charged by Ptolemaics. The Ptolemaics decide against it, get hit by some Illyrian volleys and some Galatian raider volleys on the way in. Looked like they wanted to go for the general there for a moment, but now they're deciding to focus their attention on the Germanic slingers. But the Germanic slingers have the support of Galatian raiders, and Galatian raiders together with Illyrian Thoreos, they are going to be able to kill the Ptolemaic cavalry very, very rapidly. Counter cavalry tactics being used by, so 60 bonus versus large. The Ptolemaic cavalry is just going to drop so quickly now. Yep, losing decisively and just about dead. So it's chain rout city soon for Frankenegypt. The archers being chased away by the Galatian legionaries. Scythian noblewomen could just clean up these units, but I think they're going to chain rout when these units finally break. The archers are just going to be off the field. And yep, one unit broke due to the charge of the Sarmatian horse. And this unit is just going to get chased towards the red line. Not much it can do. Amazing how this Thorax sword has held for this long. Now it's about to get... Oh, there it is. Chain rout. Costly victory there for Frankensuebi. Very nice kills on the Sarmatian horse, good kills on the Germanics, very good kills on the... Basically everything here does what it's intended to do, while the army of Houseplant, called Blade Master here, the Egyptian archers, although they were neutralized fairly well early on, they managed to get some kills. The Thracians were used well, I think. It was just not having a strong second line that killed Egypt in this case, and of course the elephants running amok from the javelin volleys from the Galatian raiders. It's not like when you have horse archers and horse skirmishers on the field, it's going to be very difficult to use elephants effectively. So getting 218 kills by a frontal charge into Galatian legionaries isn't bad, but it's not what Houseplant would have needed to win this battle. But to be honest, taking into consideration these two armies, I think it's very nice that Houseplant did as well as he did, because he was outmatched in every single aspect of this game, and he still managed to use his army somewhat effectively. So good game to both players. Now I will be facing the Dorner in the finals of the tournament, probably, if I manage to beat my opponent, and I will be uploading those battles in a few days, and we'll see which one of us is going to be facing the Dorner and his Frankensuebi in the finals, because Houseplant conceded after this. He was like, well, I can't do anything about this army, and I kind of agree with him there. With the army that he has, there's not much he can do really, other than get incredibly lucky. Strength and honor.